Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always give me health, joy and happiness, so I could present my material entitled Participatory Action Research, and then salawat and salam we send to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which take us from the darkness to the light of light. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ilham, and in this video I'm going to present my material entitled Participatory Action Research. So I think that's my brief introduction, and I'm going to explain the first material about the definition of participatory action research. Participatory research integrates scientific investigation with education and political action. Researchers work with members of a community to understand and resolve community problems, to empower community members, and to democratize research. The methods of participatory research include groups discussion of personal experience, interviews, surveys, and analysis of public documents. Topics that have been investigated with this approach include community issues such as polluted water supplies and the school curriculum, employment issues such as working conditions and unionization, and theoretical issues about consent and resistance to domination. For social scientists who questions the tradition of being detached and value-free, and who seek an approach that is less hierarchical and that serves the interest of those with little power, participatory research is a valuable alternative. And the next material is aims of participatory action research. So PAR has a double objective. One aim is to produce knowledge and action directly useful to a group of people through research, adult education, and socio-political action. And the second aim is to empower people at a second and deeper level through the process of constructing and using their own knowledge. Reason, according to Reason 1998. And the next material is characteristic of PAR. So the first one is participation by the people being studied. The next is inclusion of popular knowledge. The third is a focus on power and empowerment. The fourth is consciousness raising and education of the participants. And the last is political action. A precise definition should be avoided so that each group that does participatory research can be free to develop some of its own methods. And the next material talk about the advantages of PAR, and the first one is research participants increases their knowledge and ideas as well as palette analysis of social reality. Thus, more relevant solutions are achieved. The second is both researchers and subjects of the study gain more from the research process when the researchers attain greater sensitivity and self-awareness of the problems. And the third is the subject of the study gain trust and self-confidence at their own rate and researches to improve their conditions. And the last is good relationship can be developed among the research team, research participants, and people in the community. And humanistic approach is in change through involvement of everyone in solving social problems. And next material is disadvantages of PAR. So the first one is it's time consuming because it takes time to involve many people in conducting research. It's difficult to gather people and manage to attend the General Assembly due to large number of people involved. The third is when the research team back out while the research process is going on, a new team is created, therefore you have to start all over again. And the fourth is the research team may use their power to personal needs and most of the benefits go to them. The fifth is politicians who get involved in the research process may use traditional techniques and said and the said technique may prevail. 6. The sixth, abuse of distraction. By research, team may be practiced due to too much trust and confidence by the research participants and subject of the study to them, and they do not check and balance the activities. And the seventh is with full people participation, factors such as experience, educational qualifications, socio-economic status, knowledge, abilities, and skills will affect the benefit of the participants. And the last is the example of PAR. In some cases, participatory research produces major change, as exemplified by a project with residents of a small town in the state of Washington. The town was going to be destroyed by the expansion of a dam, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was planning to disperse the community, but with the assistance of Professor Russell Fox and numerous undergraduates from Evergreen State College, residents clarified their own goals for a new community, learned about the planning process, and produced a town-sponsored plan for a new town. Their plan was accepted by the Corps of Engineers after prolonged struggle involving the courts and the U.S. Congress, and the new town thrived and continued to involve the entire community in planning decision, according to Comstock and Fox in 1982. I think that's all for my explanation about my material entitled Participatory Action and Research. So thank you very much, and I close this presentation by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.